Fukushima. Once again, my name is Yuko Endo, and originally I was working at the organic farming school where the people from the Asian and African country can learn about organic farming and sustainable development in Japan. And I was working there until the disaster happened. And right after disaster, I have decided to help the people in the tsunami zone. So I quit my job and I moved to tsunami area. Ishinomaki, you have seen it. And then there I worked as a staff of the Lutheran group, Lutheran Disaster Emergency Relief. And in 1 year, Miho is still there working together with Lutheran. But me, I have joined another church ecumenical network to do the disaster relief for another 1 year. But right now, many God prepared me to meet the Pat. When she came in June, Pat came through the Merino sisters who have just met her, Pat in Israel, in a car, and then Pat gave the book of the Capacitar to the sister from the Merino, and she's my Zen teacher, and then she brought this book back to me, and then here we are now.
Oh, isn't that amazing? Yeah, what a circle.
So there's so many, how do you call it, synchronicity happened many places. So I've decided it has been the body, mind, spiritual healing has been my biggest interest, and I decided to quit my full-time job after Pat came. So I'm a part-time staff member of one of the group share about what's happening in Fukushima in English, and we have website, English website. I'm the editor of that website. So I wrote the newsletter from our organization. We have English website also. It's called Fukushima on the Globe. So we have 2 issues of the newsletter. So if you are interested in more about it, please take it. And I have 4 sets of Fukushima disaster presentation. I will make it as short as possible. And if you're interested in it, I'd like to share with you more. So this is the contaminated. This is the picture. Maybe you might be familiar with it, but widely spread this as radiation. And up north, the wind blew to northwest side, so that's why the wet portion is the most highest. But throughout you can see in the down there in Tokyo area also some somehow contaminated. And this is right now the current situation near that nuclear power plant, and this is how first government decided to register as a disaster district zone in 20 kilometer radius. But now what government is trying to do is basically they would like to bring people back. Even though the radiation is still very high, but they don't want to make it, first of all, they have to keep paying compensation to the people who are replaced. And then second, Japanese government is still trying to promote the nuclear power plant as one of the economic recovery strategy. So Japanese government trying to sell the nuclear power plants to Asia and Middle East country. That's why to make it looks better, and then nothing happened, and it's already overcome. Government is now trying to bring the people back to the area where they used to be, even though that still radiation is very, very high. And then another place, it's called Namie, and then just above the red zone, kindly Miho is going to show us again. When the PAP came in last June, this evacuation zone was reorganized, and the area called Namie, just she pointed out, was able to enter, so that we have visited that place. So this is the short movie. When Park came, we drove this area called Namie, and then here the area for 2.5 years, no one were allowed to live. Now people can enter, but not allowed to live yet. So these are the areas affected by the tsunami. There's still many cars and debris just left there. And then this is almost 1 mile, 2 miles away from the nuclear power plant. So if it's clear day, we could see the nuclear power plant over there. So that is how, and then you might probably hearing a lot of news about the radioactive water leaking.
Yeah.
And right now, it has been happening since right after the disaster, but the Tokyo Electric Company, TEPCO, have been hiding the fact that there is one trench where the contaminated water was stored, and then a lot of people criticize that will leak in the future, but the TEPCO didn't do anything. And then 2 years and a half later, now they started to say, oh, water is leaking here and there, and then basically so 4 reactors there, and then cooling system is down, so only way to use that water. But if you put the water once, it already contaminated and has a lot of radioactive substance, so they cannot reuse again. If you put this water again, they don't know what's going to happen by this radioactive substance. So once they use, they cannot reuse. So that's why they have to take it out and then again put it in the tank, so that water accumulates day by day, every day. And then, so in order to solve this problem, they first dig the pond, but this pond didn't work and the water was leaking. And then, second, they take out all the water from the pond, and then they built the thousands of tanks. Mm-hmm. And then here now that these tanks is also didn't work, and the water is leaking. It's very high. You can't imagine. Now it's one of the places where the high radioactive water was found is 1,700 millisievert. Means 1.7 sievert. Means if you are there for 4 hours, you might die. So that is this situation right now and then this water is already actually last year TEPCO finally admitted this water leaking mixed with the underground groundwater and leaking to the ocean. So we are very sorry this might approaching to the other side of the Pacific Ocean here in California too.
Wow.
So that's the situation with nuclear power plant, and then also still in the present evacuees now inside the prefecture and outside of the prefecture. This almost 1600, 16. Well, anyway, that amount of the people still evacuated the place. So families are scattered, and then lots of. For example, Fukushima is rural remote area, so that they used to live in a big family, grandfather, grandmother, and then father, mother, children, grandchildren, but now they're all scattered. So all community was destroyed, and people are living in a fear. For example, this is called the dosimeter, and I'm wearing this every day to check the level of radiation. How many radiation I am receiving every day, and then there is a limitation. The ceiling is 1 millisievert per year. So in order to check it, in order to make sure that will not go beyond, I am wearing this when I was walking. But if I stay there in Fukushima every day, it will easily go beyond this ceiling, but there are the place where lots of people are still living. So in this pressure and also stress, a lot of people suffering, especially mothers who is taking care of children, because children are so vulnerable to the radiation. And already one of the symptoms caused by the radiation is called the thyroid cancer. And then thyroid cancer in a normal stage, in a normal situation, 1 out of 1 million people might be affected by the caused thyroid cancer. But already 44 children and both are already get the treatment and also might be diagnosed as a cancer. Altogether, 44 children are now suspected as a thyroid cancer out of 117 people, children. So anyway, in this fear and then stress, a lot of people, not only the people who are close to the nuclear power plant, but everyone in Fukushima and also in the northern part of Japan have some kind of this fear about radiation. So when the part came, we were organized several workshops with the people. This is a picture with the kindergarten teacher. To kindergarten, and that's very small kindergarten. And this is a workshop with the mothers at the church. But when Pat came and she observed that so many mothers have the really serious stress, and so that's why their face was, how do you call it? Twitching. Yeah. And then this very simple Tai Chi movement, for example, like lifting up and locking down, they can't follow it because their body was so tense.
Wow.
I was so surprised to see this. But anyway, that's the situation of Fukushima, and then we conducted 3 workshops while the park were there. Thank you.
I'm Miho. My introduction for myself. I work at Lutheran emergency relief, but I live in Tokyo. I traveled from Tokyo to disaster area every month. On the day of disaster, I was home with my husband on the 4th floor of our apartment in Tokyo. Tokyo is 500 kilometers far.
250 miles.
250 miles far from the center of the earthquake. But after short shaking became bigger. I went in corridor immediately. I saw cars jumping up and down, and utility poles shaking like a pencil. Afterwards, I turned on TV. I watched the situation. I could see what was happening with the earthquake and tsunami. Then I gathered lots more information about the Fukushima nuclear power plant accident from Twitter, not what TV. And some friends who lived in East Japan said to me, "You should leave Tokyo," and many friends did so. But I decided to stay in Tokyo, and I felt that I wanted to go to the disaster area. My friend Yuko went to the Sendai and Ishinomaki area in April. I told her I wanted to go also. At the end of June, I finally entered the disaster area. Since that time, I continued to work with survivors, and I traveled between Tokyo and Tohoku. I met Pat Ken at the middle of June in this year. I talk about the workshop on City, Iwato prefecture. Ofunato is located south of Iwate. The tsunami waves were 11.8 meters high. The waves covered the city of Ofunato. 340 people died, 79 are missing. The population of Ofunato City is approximately 40,000 people, and approximately 1% are foreigners. Most of foreigners are Filipino whites or Japanese fishermen, work in the marine industry. The Capacitar workshop in June was held in Catholic Orphanage Church for Filipino women who married into Japan. And I worked at the Lutheran organization, but I'm Catholic. And most of them lost their house and still living in temporary housing complex. About half of these women lost their husbands in the disaster, and many lost jobs. Catholic father and the staff of Orphanage Church are teaching courses so these women can qualify to work in nursing care service for elder people. After monthly Tagalog Mass, Pat gave the Capacitar. The Filipinos reacted very well to Tai Chi, the acupressure, and especially the finger hold and head hold. Some were moved to tears. Children learned about in the workshop breath in a very cozy atmosphere. Father said, "We continue Capacitar, it is very effective." Continuing Capacitar practices make their community more close and warmer, I think so. This is after Pat gone. And we held a follow-up workshop in Ishinomaki for mothers group on July and August. We held another workshop in Ishinomaki for temporary housing complex on July. And we introduced Capacitar in Tsunami for the care staff who take care of elder people. The photos in left side. In the mothers group, we reduced the practice Tai Chi, other patterns, and the breath work. It had a strong impact. This group will get well. When we trained the care staff in Tsunami, that is the upper right side. But we had a very short session, but they felt the energy of Tai Chi and seemed realized effects of the finger hold. And in the temporary housing complex workshop, we only taught Parudanga, but we think that teaching short sessions over a long time will be the best way to help these people. Plans for future. We plan to contact participants from Ofunato, Fukushima, Tokyo workshops. We will have follow-up meetings to review the practices. We want the practices to continue, so we may send the DVD as well. We have plans for Pato's next visit to Japan in next April. This will be a new group for Capacitar. We want to gather people who have interested in it. In addition, we want to Pat gives us more information so we can get better at these practices. We are not a big organized Capacitar Japan group. only 3%. And some
We being really supported by the Catholic father and the sisters, especially many of our sisters have been really gracefully supporting, and they promised us to support the visit in next year. And at the same time, Catholic father also from the Yokohama diocese near Tokyo is going to support our program, so we'll be really helped by the different people.
so, but we are active and busy team with this project. First visit was the first visit time for Japanese people to know about Capacitar and to have them experience it. After we met her, thought that we would be able to give up some interest because many are hoping that the trainers training of Capacitar. Our next goal is to have more people train at Pato's next visit to Japan. As Japanese women, we already have knowledge of acupressure and massage, but we used these just as hobby or exercise, not healing. The Capacitar training reconnected us to the powerful effect of our traditional healing methods. We learned that these methods can heal our community as well as ourselves individually. Unfortunately, Japanese culture does not understand social justice. The Capacitar movement can help bring our social energy to become a more responsible society. Although Shinto and Buddhism are part of the Japanese culture, most people have no religion. Elder people believe in the spirituality and unity of nature, but our younger generations have lost even that connection to spirit. Now, our main target for Capacitar are elder people and mothers affected by tsunami, earthquake, and radiation. But modern Japan has many problems, and we will experience as a big earthquake. So our goal is to use Capacitar to heal the people and the culture of modern Japan, slowly and steadily with positive energy. We are beginners of Capacitar, only three months. So please give us your support. Thank you for your listening.
What has been really encouraged us, we were all three are so nervous, and then